What's up everyone, it's Mark from SilencedTech and I hope you're all keeping well. Over the last year I found myself using only wireless mice, completely leaving my precious wired collection behind. When gaming I love my 65g G Pro wireless and occasionally I might even try my modded G703 as well. For editing, since it has so many buttons, I'm currently using my Dark Core Pro RGB from Corsair. If we talk about my modded G Pro for a second, I spent ages trying to get it exactly how I wanted it by reducing the weight, adding different switches, side grips and a totally different set of skates underneath, but I would have preferred a company to have released an ultra lightweight wireless mouse like this so I didn't have to go through all the hassle. So once I heard about a company called Pwnage and their ultralight custom, I just had to check it out. Seriously, no one is making mice like this right now, and going forward into 2021 I'm seriously hoping we see a lot more, because this could be the greatest gaming mouse ever made. Pwnage have listened to what hardcore mouse enthusiasts have been crying out for ages. Final Mouse, Glorious and many others all make great lightweight mice, but they're all wired. Logitech on the other hand, their wireless technology is second to none, but their mice aren't exactly considered ultralight until you mod them, which most people wouldn't ever dare attempt. So Pwnage have slid into a seemingly untapped area of the market that I'm still amazed not one of the previously mentioned gaming companies have even bothered to explore. I feel most of the well-known PC gaming brands may have lost their passion a little. Clearly that's the case, or they would have made a mouse like this by now. The crown for the greatest esports focused gaming mouse was right there for the taking, but no one has stepped up until now. The Pwnage Ultralight Custom is currently available on Indiegogo, priced at $89 and 72 UK pounds. This is a steal compared to the original $149 asking price. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be till this mouse goes on sites like Amazon UK, but since Pwnage are offering worldwide shipping, in my opinion there's no reason why you shouldn't pick one up now. There's a more expensive option that comes with 4 extra shells of various colours. The printed shells are extremely high quality, what you would expect from a top gaming brand. I've seen mice in the past with terrible gimmicky parts that you can attach or swap out, but the Ultralight Custom is the first mouse that's managed to pull it off with flying colours. The standard $89 Ultralight Custom comes with just white and black shells, one set with holes and the other without. I personally would prefer the black top, contrasting my white sides. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to try some of the different colours Pwnage have available, they look really cool. Each detachable section has been well executed. I know they don't exactly change the shape of the mouse, but it's a far cry from the James Donkey 007 days. I have noticed the rear removable shell creaks a little bit, in fact the whole mouse does slightly. Not a deal breaker, but some people might find the lightweight construction a little too flimsy. It's definitely a weak area that I'm looking to fix personally in some way or another. It just makes the whole mouse feel extremely cheap. I know Pwnage are on their 3rd batch, so this might have already been addressed, and I believe my sample is from their first wave. Checking out inside the box, I also noticed 4 replaceable DPI buttons that can be simply swapped out. Maybe there will be more colour options of these as well in the future. There's also a flexible USB Type-C cable that looks so much better than the normal cables you get from other brands. The whole package is really nice. I was crying out for an adapter though to attach my wireless receiver to the Type-C USB cable. In the end I used a Logitech adapter to solve this issue. I wish Pwnage would have included one in the box. Moving on to the buttons, they are excellent. There's hardly any button wobble or pre-travel issues on the left and right clicks. Since it's so easy also to get inside the mouse, I very easily made the clicks absolutely perfect with some metal tape, as you can see here. I love the fact it's so easy to do this without having to destroy a set of skates every time. Honestly, this mouse is a modder's dream. The side buttons are a bit of a weak point. At my thumb's resting position there's a nice subtle click with hardly any pre or post travel, but up top they go pretty far into the shell, and Pwnage have only reinforced where my thumb actually comes into contact with each button, so general operation feels fine I guess. Testing the scroll wheel, it's more than adequate. There's subtle steps, but you can just about distinguish between them. Button 3 has a nice tactile bump, and there's a nice premium rubber over the scroll wheel that I would say most people would be more than happy with. The DPI button is also rubberized, but it does have quite a lot of movement and flex overall. Taking off the back and looking inside, there's a Pwnage logo that lights up. The LEDs turn off every time the mouse detects movement, which drives me absolutely nuts. Plus, I can't see of any way to turn this off in the software, but I guess it helps with battery life. Looking further into the mouse, there's a compartment that holds the battery. I swapped mine out with this super lightweight 100mAh battery. I bought it off eBay. It's a very easy mod to do, and it brings the weight down to 64 grams from 67. The stock battery lasts around 59 hours of general use. I wouldn't say the Ultralight Custom will last as long as a Logitech mouse fitted with a hero sensor, but it's still more than good enough from such a small, relatively unknown company. Underneath there's 4 100% pure Teflon feet. Glide is pretty good and they feel very similar to the skates found on the Model D. I'm already debating whether to swap the skates out for a set of Z1 Hyperglides. The fact that I'm even considering this just shows how good the mouse already is. I wouldn't just mod any old mouse, it has to show some true potential. Moving on to shape, this, as you probably know by now, is similar to a very popular EC range. You may have heard of it. The legendary Ergonomics shape is extremely comfortable, and overall the dimensions are slightly smaller than the Model D, which was not long released by Glorious, especially in length, and I find that Ultralight Custom feels much more nimbler because of it. My hands measure 19cm in length and 10cm across, making the Ultralight a good fit for my palm. Due to its ergonomic shape and steep slope, claw grip was very difficult regardless of my hand size. Fingertip users will be pleased to know that removing the back changes the Custom into a finger-tipping beast. This method works surprisingly well, plus it reduces the weight down to 59 grams, and that's insane for a wireless mouse. While playing my favourite games, performance has been excellent so far. I've really enjoyed using it. If I didn't have a modded G Pro in my life, this would probably be my main. That's only because I can't really use my preferred grip style, which is claw, with this mouse. If it was shaped like an S2 for an example, I would probably use this mouse all the time. The flexing and creaking isn't as much of an issue while gaming, but it's always there, and I get the feeling I could just break this mouse by squeezing it really hard. You really have to appreciate how a lightweight mouse can really improve your aim to look past the overall weak construction. Currently Pwnage are using a PMW3335 sensor, and I can't distinguish between this or any of the other top grade sensors, to be honest. Tracking feels top notch and there's no acceleration or skipping of any kind. Latency feels comparable to any wired mouse out there, and I had no trouble switching between this and my G Pro from time to time, even during rounds. There is also software available that's pretty decent. You're able to tweak various settings like button remapping, polling rate, DPI, and there's even a few lighting options available to choose from. Settings are pretty basic, but they're well laid out and easy to use, plus all of the settings save to the mouse's memory, which is a must for me. My only negative is I wish there was an option to stop the lighting from cutting out every time the sensor detects movement. Anyway, rounding off, I don't know the Pwnage employees personally, but I can tell the development team are serious gamers. It's unbelievable that they've managed to pull off a mouse like this. Companies like Logitech and Zowie have remained stagnant now for years. Maybe they're too stubborn, convinced that they have the greatest mice on the planet already and no improvements can be made whatsoever. I'm not sure, all I know is that Ultralight Custom has a lot of potential. Could it be better than the EC series or the glorious Model D? That depends on if you need wireless in your life. Just expect to receive a mouse that does suffer slightly because of its lightweight design. So that's my review on the Pwnage Ultralight Custom gaming mouse. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Would you ever consider a mouse like this, or do you prefer a heavy beast? My name's Mark from SilencedTech. I really hope you've enjoyed this review. I shall see you all again very soon, guys. Goodbye.